Unstoppable Colossus. Yes, I'm indeed in this video going to be buying and testing out the champion. I'm pretty excited about this because this has been a champion I wanted to get for a little while, and I couldn't really think of like what I wanted to do or what I wanted to make video wise today, and whether or not I do a Summer of Pain week 7 video. But like there's already like so much of that content already out there. Kind of feels like I'll just be shoving something else out there just for the sake of it. But I did want to get something that I've wanted to get for a while, I've talked about for a while, and that was indeed the 6-star Unstoppable Colossus, which my fat head, well, I'm sitting on top of it at the moment. Maybe I can buy me. Look, you know, there, he's right there. He's a lovely big old chap. I've got 1.9 mil of my loyalty, and I want more. I want more loyalty, but I'll need to do other content. Maybe I have to, like, you know, I'll go back to doing Alliance Wars and doing other things in order to pick up this bad boy. Maybe even I should do like an estimate video of like how you can kind of pick up an Unstoppable Colossus. So hey, maybe that's going to be like a loyalty spend guide or something. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. In any case, I'm not using my loyalty for anything else, so I thought, hey, you know, I think, hey, let's pick up the bad boy. I do want to pick up another one, but as I said, it will need some kind of like structure to my grind, especially as I'm not doing any competitive Alliance Wars, so therefore I don't really need any of the stuff that pops up. And AQ wise, a lot of the time, because of the compensation, I am with loads of health potions and stuff, so at least I can get through the next month, maybe 2 months without spending and doing map 7, which is nice doing that. So yes, we have indeed picked up the bad boy of the Mystic. It's not bad boy, the Mystic line. He's a champion. I think that's the kind of the nicest way to put. He's a champion. He does things. He hits things as well. Not particularly well enough. I was just thinking about like what team I was going to like settle on to be a complement just for the test. I was thinking about using Odin. Odin could be a really cool option to kind of like pair with this, especially get to gain some potency from the Fury buffs as well as the armor up buffs, or with the aptitude, so to speak. And that's an option. At the moment, it looks like if I bring in Colossus, I get 20% Fury and armor up buff potency. Helpful. We've also got Red Guardian in there as well, which is that personal Fury buffs gain an additional flat 10% chance to trigger, a nice 200%. Additionally, landing a heavy attack pauses all personal Fury buffs until another is gained. But I've gone with the Heimdall synergy, especially to see, like, again, just kind of seeing if it ramps up. And as I said, there's so many combinations of pair-ups you can use with any kind of champion to make sure that they are doing the most damage possible. So let's do a little bit of live play, shall we? So first of all, let's get the Intercede, so I can get that Fury buff up first. And then just do what I normally do best, ramp up damage. Now on 2 Fury buffs so far. So if I go for a well, I'd like to go for a parry if that was something that ever works. Do that, we pause. So maybe if there's a way of kind of like getting an additional one. So I've got a 3rd one there, I've got a 4th one. But I'm gonna try go for another parry and then boom, hit there. Which is kind of good to a degree. Let's shoot in an SPT to damage. That's not too bad. That's not ridiculous, but this is that's a 10k heavy attack. That's nice, but this is obviously a 125, and as well, synergy dependent champions are not always great for other usages. Now we're just going to try again to do another heavy attack if I can. We just sold him the dummy there just to pause those furies. I might try and stop doing that. I might just like play a bit more aggressively just to kind of make sure that you know, I'm getting those rotated Fury buffs on me as much as possible, because that is that's the other thing as well. Just like, well, if I keep up the damage like I'm doing now, could I theoretically do more, as opposed to like just like holding the fight off a little bit, just to kind of go like, okay, well, I want to do a parry or a heavy, because I don't really trust the AI. Like, it's just like, it's so weird. Like at the moment, it's just so defensive, so oddly defensive. Like even in that moment of me being very static, it's going back, forward, back, clinching, or not clinching, the blocking. It's AI at the moment is just absolute rubbish. In any case, let's just try and get a bit of momentum here, because I'm kind of like losing the momentum and the will to live. Because look at that, I could just like stand static, and then the AI is just kind of like, oh no, you're not moving. I'll kind of like I'm gonna stay in a block stance. This is fun AI. This is this is the weirdest AI I think it's been in years for just like a movement point of view. In any case, let's just get momentum because the Winter Soldier doesn't really want to move on me. Let's get a few kind of heavy attacks in, and then we're just kind of ramping up again. You just spend so much time watching this AI, and it's kind of like functionality is so. Like, I bet if I was to swipe for, I'm not going to test it out, but I was bet if I swipe for then, right, I bet I would go straight into an SP2. It's just very passive and defensive. I don't know what Cabal have changed, but man, they need to sort it out. They really do. Because it isn't fun. It really isn't fun. But in any case, back to this. Fury buffs gaining up. We're going to get a bit more damage, speed, and aggression. Got 5 Furies up at the moment, and I'm going to parry heavy. I'm going to pause those effects, and as per usual, if I was about to rush in, I knew that he was indeed going to do that. 6 on the moment, 5k, 2k, 2k, and a 4k there. Pretty pathetic, but that's just the champion. Get hit, which does nothing because I'm immune to it. Dropped input there with that one, but in any case, yeah, it's not overly impressive. It is very much synergy dependent to get that extra kind of like punch and crunch, which we are getting. Wow, okay, we're getting a lot of punch and crunch right here. Wow, okay. 10 Fury buffs up, man. And it does dog shit when it comes to damage, okay. 12 Fury buffs up, man. If I could ever get my... Well, I can't get my heavy attack off to kind of like keep them more in situ. But when they do be gaining, that's me. I just dropped my block, so I deserve to get hit there. But I was just completely astounded by that 12 Fury buff gain. Man, that's nice. That's really nice. Right, still pausing those effects on. 8 have been paused, and now just got to keep them damage, speed, and momentum up. And there we go. That one's done. 209 hits, still pretty kind of like weak. I don't know if it will need a rank 2 in order to kind of like have this particular like potency increase, but yeah, it's not brilliant. It definitely is a champion that does need to be a buff, especially because it's considered to be like a rare champion to get. Yeah, a lot of work I think for Cabal they need to do in order to kind of make that champion interesting. Especially because it's going to be like the Scarlet Witch sigil, in that you've got to get it after X amount of time, after X amount of resource being spent. But it was interesting enough to kind of like get this champion for the first time, test it out for the first time. Practicality and usage on things. Awakened ability is great if you've got Unstoppable, because if you've got the node of Cant Stop, Won't Stop, which is the duration of the attacker's unstoppable effects is increased by X%. However, the defender takes X% less damage unless the attacker is unstoppable. For Unstoppable Colossus, whenever Colossus starts the fight or launches a special attack, he calls upon the power of Sitarak and becomes unstoppable and shrugging off all enemy attacks for 3.86 seconds. And that's just the thing, isn't it? Like, it's the Awakened ability, but the highest signature that's going to be of help, especially in that node. As I said, Cant Stop, Won't Stop is a node that you see in Act 6.3.1, as well as Act 7, no, Act 7, well, I think it's Act 7, Map 7, definitely Map 7 AQ, which I end up using Magneto, and yeah, actually just Magneto is my go-to champion for that. So that's just the thing, isn't it? Like, Unstoppable Colossus does have some bearing and usage. It's just a case of having something that you can use in content. 209 hits to down a champion like that. Non-suicide, obviously, no suicide, non-suicide masteries. But if you had suicide masteries, would it indeed go down a lot from over 200 hits? I doubt it. I don't think you could get anything, level 125, anything like, below 150, maybe 100 hits. Again, as I said, as a level 125 25, unless you had some real kind of like crunch off those Fury buff numbers. But you know that at the end of the day, it is what it is. It was what it was. It's a fun champion. It's just a case it just needs a bit. It needs a buff. It needs some like number improvements with it, especially if Kabam are going to offer it as a 6-star for players. Because then practicality is that you could go, hey, I want to use this rather than just using it as arena fodder or a sketchy option for Cant Stop, wont stop. But as I said, it's all good. It's a pretty cool champion. It just needs more than the synergies. But that's the thing. If a champion is very much synergy dependent, then that's a problem in itself. But, you know, what's your thoughts on Unstoppable Colossus? Will you be picking up the 6-star? What will you be using it for? Will you be using it for something like arena fodder? Will it be used in rotation of your roster? Put it in the comment section down below. And thank you again for watching this video. I may post a Summer of Pain Week 7 video, possibly. I don't know, because it's just like there's lots of content already been put out about it. I'm probably going to focus more on the update information for dropping next week, as well as a few other things. Have a good one, whatever you're doing today, and see you later on. Bye bye.